Live.
Okay, we're live, and Dom does not have a shirt on.
Not yet. Not yet.
Welcome to episode 30 of Milk Off Madness. We are live again for the second week in a row. We're having a good time.
Second
We already
week.
started off with Dom half naked. So
Okay.
here we go. I am Jedi Jump. Well, you know what? Talk of Dom half naked has got me flustered for some strange reason. Here's our intro. All right, now we can get started. I am Jedi Johnson, 22, as always, joined by the great Domtober.
The shirt was
As
done.
we have said, he's putting on another shirt, folks. Don't worry about it.
I am.
So we have got a jam-packed episode for today. Right now, we just got one person in the chat that I've seen. We'll see if some more folks start rolling in, but we want to say hello to Jeffrey Drake.
There we go.
He said he's in it for the long haul, so appreciate that because it could be a long one
And a fun one.
All right. So, I wanted more people to be in here before I do this. So I was gonna do this.
Well,
and then do something else. But what?
I'm gonna put on the shirt. Let's get the other shirt on.
Go ahead. Yeah, please.
We'll do that. So,
I need to put you on the big screen to put on.
Put me on the big screen. There you go.
All right.
Just got myself a brand new shirt, and it's kind of badass too. So, you played the game Assassin's Creed?
No.
It's Boba Fett as Assassin's Creed.
My kid played it. Okay, that's pretty cool.
So that's the shirt that we're putting on. Let's get this on right now, and hopefully people will join in as we're doing this. All right. Look at that. Boba as Assassin's Creed. Boom.
All right, folks are coming in. We've got Cosmic One. Hello, fellas. Well, hello to you, Cosmic One.
Right.
So I want to get started with a couple of things, and then like I was just saying, we got a lot. I was showing Dom the agenda of what we got going on. There's a lot going on and this may be a long show. Dom's just going to jump in whenever he feels like opening something because that's the only way it's going to work.
Well, look, we're going to get this done. Let's just go through it.
All right. So right now it's March. That means college basketball. That means March Madness, right? So you'll see a lot of these other shows, a lot of them even on Rennavision, are doing their own little March Madness type things. Well, we're going to jump into, we're going to do a March Madness bracket. We're going to do it Mail Call Madness style. But I don't want to get too much into it. We're going to get to that towards the end of the show. I just wanted to tease it now. So please stay with us. It's going to be an opportunity for viewer participation. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. We've got Stick Boy. He's jumping in. The boys are back in town live. For better or worse.
Where anything goes.
Joe's here. Joe said he's going to be here. He's a man of his word. So thank you for tuning in, Joe. All right. So a couple of weeks ago, I don't even know how many weeks ago it's been, Dom, I said if we reach 300 views, that we're going to do a giveaway. Now, like Joe, I try to be a man of my word. We reached 300 views on episode 29. So thank you to everyone that clicked in either live or watched the replay. It is a dream come true. It was a milestone. And like I said, try to be a man of my word. So we are going to do a giveaway. We're going to do it from the very beginning. We're going to go ahead and do this, and then we're going to get into some other stuff.
Well, it's kind of crazy. Giveaways. I still have Astros giveaway and Tommy Longbox's giveaway. I haven't sent out yet. I'm doing it tomorrow.
If you win one of Dom's giveaways, just be patient.
Hey, listen, it's going to appreciate value by the time you get it. I'm sorry, but it's coming.
All right, so I have two identical. These are identical, so I'm only going to show one. I have two packages of Mike Mayhew comics. These are not signed. Sorry. We'll get to those one of these days. But these are just some Mike Mayhew exclusives. We've got Venom 35. I think this is limited to 3,000. This is, I forgot to look, this is an Amazing Spider-Man, but I can't remember which one.
That's cool.
Also, I think limited to 3,000. Or this one may actually be 1,000. I'm not sure. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, 39, cool trade dress.
I like that.
And a What If Miles Morales, #1. So those are all Mike Mayhew. I buy a lot of Mike Mayhew stuff, and when I get duplicates, which I have a few.
Mike Mayhew mania.
Yeah. So, without further ado, this is what I did. If you watched, I wish I could have put all 300. I think it was 305 views. If you watched 300. If you were one of the 305 views, I wish I could put all of your names on the wheel, but I can't because I don't know who you are. If you left a comment or you were in the live chat, I know who you are. I went through the live chat, wrote down everybody that was participating. I went through the comments people posted after the show and came up with a list of, I think, 13 viewers. And we're going to do a giveaway for those 13 viewers.
All right.
So let me bring this up. If your name is on the, if you see your name over there, you're one of the 13. I go through it very carefully, but I always feel bad if I miss somebody. So I think that's everybody. So, Dom, how many times do we normally shuffle these?
About 5 times. You want to do it 5?
All right, 5 times. And we're going to,
5 times.
After we do this, we're going to say hello to some more folks in the chat. 1. Did I shuffle? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here we go. This is for the first one. I keep hitting the wrong one. Okay, there we
go. Boom.
Cherokee Metal. You won one of the packages, but like I said, I got 2 of them. So we're going to remove Cherokee. We're going to do another one, so you get another shot at this.
Let's do it again. Here we go. All right. Tommy Longbox.
No, it's Comics 82. You know what's funny about Pops and Comics 82? I was wondering if they actually won. On the live show, they barely got their comment in right before the show ended. Right before the show ended, it was like the very last comment. They popped it in there, and I was like, "Oh, got to take it." So there we go.
All right.
So if you are one of those 2, Pops, or I've already forgot who the other one was.
Cherokee Metal.
Cherokee. If you're one of those, if that is you, hit me up on IG at Jedi Johnson 22, and I will get those out to you. All right, who do we got? Who popped in while we were doing our giveaway?
We got Ed. Popped in. You got Ryan the Gray.
Pop is here.
Pop is here.
Ryan,
what's up,
Ed is here. He said he's going to be here. Another man of his word. AOA, here comes trouble.
That's it.
Is that it? Is that everybody?
That's it for now. Big Shan.
And did we say hi to Brian?
Yeah, we said Ryan the Gray.
Okay, we did Ryan. All right. So, Dom, do you want to open something? You gotta have to remind me. Do you want to open something, or you want to go?
I'll open something now. Let's open something.
All right, go ahead and open something.
All right, so I had this package over here that's been sitting for a minute. It's Pops. There's no surprise in that. And I know it's not even Boba Fett, so there's no surprise in that either. It actually might be something I already got, which is true. Well, it could be something I got that could be a giveaway down the road.
Surprise.
I don't know. Here we go. Hey, we got another Cad Bane.
Oh, that's funny, dude. Guess what I got?
Yeah, come on. Cad Bane. Not 1, but 2.
I picked this up at, I was going to show it later, but hey, why not do it now? I picked this up at GameStop. I had to use my $5 monthly reward before they expired in the end of February.
But it's cool. Cad Bane looks pretty cool. Like I have other characters I do like to, once in a while. But
I didn't have a Cad Bane, so
I got the original ones.
I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't have to get rid of that $5 or feel like I got swindled. Then I probably wouldn't have bought the damn thing.
Yeah, I got the original Cad Bane. It's worth about $200.
Ooh.
So speaking about Funko, I think I don't know if you put down in the things about the Funko. We got a big Funko issue that's going on.
Yes, we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. That's probably. Look at the agenda. That's kind of towards the end of the show. So hopefully folks stick around. All right. So last week we had a really good time with Dom and his lovely wife filling us in on MILF Manor. And I gave Dom some homework. For those that watch the show, remember I said, Dom, give me your wife's top 10 favorite reality shows, and we're going to rank them.
Hey, before you go to that,
yeah.
So apparently MILF Manor is now eliminating people and bringing new people in. So it's getting crazier.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. And I meant to ask. I don't know why I didn't ask this. I thought about it on the replay when I was watching it. When they eliminate, do they eliminate mother and son as a pair?
Yeah, mother and son. No, they eliminate mother and son, and now they have new people coming in. So
if the mom goes, the son has to go.
Exactly. So they're doing the speed dating thing now. So it's kind of crazy. And if they don't mesh, boom, 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 they're out. So now new people are coming in. So it should get a little bit crazier. So I don't know. But anyway.
All right. Well, keep us informed, Dom. Keep us informed. So I was hoping, and Dom gave me the bad news right before the show. I was hoping that Mrs. Domtober, as she now likes to be called, Mrs. Old Man Fett, I was hoping she would be able to be off camera and give us her best. What's the character she keeps saying she is?
Oh, what's the name from freaking Big Bang Theory? The mother. By the way, that she's in the background talking. Yeah,
she's just yelling from the background.
Yeah.
So I was hoping, but she had an accident. Don't worry, it's painful. Sounds like, but it's not nothing major. She did what a lot of us do and stubbed her toe, but
hit her toe, her baby toe. So
don't hurt. I've done that. I've fractured my toe.
Oh, I've done it too.
Oh my God!
I've hit my big toe and I've been on the floor crying.
I just have one. Were you there when she did it?
Yes, I was.
Okay, here's the test of a good husband. Did you laugh at her?
Nope, I said not again. Oh, she just yelled, "Yes, you did."
I thought so.
I didn't laugh. I don't do those things. Listen, would you want to be in the background with the reality show? She's in the background. You have to go on the show. Are you willing to just?
Well, you got to tell us if we messed up.
We're on now. We're on now. Just all you have to do is in the background. We're gonna do the reality show now. So here we go, and we can the shows, and you can rank them by your liking in the background. She's here.
All right.
She's here.
Okay, good. She's here. She's
laughing in the background. There you go.
This is a dream come true.
All
right.
I'm here for Dom. It's Lopez. Okay, be careful. Be careful.
All right, here we go. So here's how we're going to do it. I am just going. Dom sent me a list in no particular order, and even if it was in order, I've forgotten what it was and scrambled them up. So, here we go. And again, it's not as pretty as when Pete does it. Sorry. But what I'm going to do is I am going to go through, hopefully, Mrs. Old Man Fett.
Old Man Fett.
Hopefully so I'm going to go through, or with the audience's help, we are going to, you're going to have to keep an eye on the audience because I can't see them very well.
I'm looking.
We are going to give our best bet as to what goes where, and then she's going to tell us how bad we did. All right. So
okay.
First one up is Come Dine With Me.
Ooh. Okay.
Come Dine With Me.
Come Dine With Me?
Come Dine With Me. All right. Wow. That one, I mean, just from look, I don't know anything about this other than I guess maybe somebody cooking dinner for somebody.
I know a synopsis on all these shows.
You can't help. You're too close to her. You're too close.
No,
this is.
You're gonna pick it. You're gonna pick them. Let's do it.
All right. Tell me what what's the audience saying? All right,
let me see.
Come Dine With Me.
Come down with me.
We don't want this to take too long. We'll let the audience kind of catch up.
So Sticks wants to call a giggle box, a giggle Fett. Keeps laughing in the background. All right, so
come on, I need some help, or else I'm just gonna have to do this by myself. I need some help from the chat here, or from the comments.
Tell them to
I kind of think this sounds like it could just be a met. It sounds like you invite somebody to come over and eat. And something like that.
So you invite somebody, a stranger to eat.
It's a set of various different people.
It's various different people.
Different classes, different races.
Different classes, ages. Races, and ages.
And they bring them to your house.
And they bring them to the house.
And they have like a dinner party.
A dinner party.
Okay, Pop says 10.
And then chaos ensues.
Stick says it's no higher than 5.
Okay.
Pop says 10. He ain't liking it. She's giving these verbal. Okay, so
you gotta.
She kind of. So I know it's higher than 10 because she gasped when I said 10. Darth says 10. Wow, I don't think it's 10, but the viewers seem to think it's not that high. I'm going to say, I know it's number 1, by the way. I already know it's number 1. I'm going to go with, I'm going to say 6. I'm going to say 6.
All right.
Okay, so it's not. I think Sticks watches probably a lot of reality TV shows, so I'm gonna say no higher than 5. All right. We got a 3. We got a 7.
Okay. Moving on. Oh, you're moving on.
Okay, moving on. All right. So I'm not as fast at this as so the next one is Southern Charm. Southern Charm. All right, this one I don't know what this one could be about.
Right in the background, please.
A bunch of my relatives.
Explain.
I have some charming relatives. Oh, is she going to explain it to us?
She's going to explain.
It is about these very upper crest Southerners in Charleston and the shenanigans they get into.
Shenanigans. Oh boy. All right. Chat, let's hear it. I don't know where this is starting and where this is stopping. We got 3. We got a 3. We got another 3. Don't give me a whole paragraph in the chat, guys. Just give me a number. I read all that. I don't need a synopsis on what you think she does and does not like about it. We got a -17. We got
a -17.
Yeah, somebody's not a fan. Got a 5.
Sloppy. It's sloppy.
Yes, Charleston is my favorite town. 4. My wife's got family out there, so
that's why it's so good.
All right, Southern Charm. Wow, she just said it was so good.
Because it's messy.
It's messy. She likes the messy.
4. I'm going to say 4. Okay. I'm going to say 4, guys.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right. What did I just do? Okay. Queer Eye. I think this is, what is this, the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy? Isn't that what this is? Or what it used to be called, maybe. Is that a different show?
This is the
Netflix.
The Netflix one version.
This is the Netflix one. Same guys?
Different guys.
Different guys.
Oh, different guys. All right.
Still queer.
Still. Hey. Okay. Still
all
very happy.
So I don't know. So we got the chat coming in, but
Giggles has taken over.
I don't know if this 5 is for the Queer Eye or for the one before.
Shinobi Fu.
6, same thing. We got Ed saying 7. I think that's Ed is on track with us.
Okay.
Who made this list? No,
Marco.
Oh my God. BK is banned. BK, your inputs are no longer valid.
Hey, listen, Mrs. Fett, old man Fett made this. So.
Oh man, Pops is not a fan of reality TV at all. He's giving everything a 10. Ryan.
The giggles.
All right.
Giggles has stopped.
Your wife seems to like them all. That's not making this very easy.
All right. You know what?
All right. No, wait. No. Dom, when you're doing this, I don't help you.
Okay.
And
okay.
I'm not. This is I'm on the spot this week. I'm
Okay.
giving it an 8.
Moving on.
Moving.
She's not letting me even. Once I put it there, she's like, next. Let's go.
Next.
All right. Next we've got Love is Blind. This is season 3. So, man, it's already on season 3 already. Wow.
Synopsis.
Time flies. Yeah, give me a synopsis on this one.
It is showing that people's personalities are more important than looks. The end.
Are they blindfolded? Are there blindfolds involved in the show? Or?
No, they put them in separate rooms. They let them get to know each other as people, and then
they just talk on the phone.
It's like the dating game. Remember the dating game back in the day?
Oh, okay, like the dating game. That's fun.
So it's like, and then they like just by personalities they develop relationships, and halfway through the show they then let them see each other, and then the drama ensues.
The drama ensues.
Then the truth comes out. All right. Love is Blind. Love is Blind. Your wife is just so into all of these things. I thought I would be able to get some sort of clues from like inflections in her voice. They're like, pause. She's just like, good Lord.
Here's a clue. I like mess.
You like messy stuff.
Likes mess.
Okay.
She likes these messy reality shows.
Okay. I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give this one a 5.
Okay.
I haven't even. Dom, you got to help me. I don't know what the chat's saying because I have to go.
The chat's saying they said we have 3, 5. We have a 4. We have an 8. A 5. A couple of 5s. So 5 is good. Leave it at 5.
Moving on.
I need to step up my reality game. These aren't really. Are you talking to me or or to Mrs. Fett? I don't know who that's.
These are messy. These aren't as messy as
some
of them.
Love is Blind. Okay, next is one of my favorites. I don't even know. I guess this is a reality show. I was kind of surprised by this one.
I like Warrior Ninja. Ninja Warrior. I said Warrior Ninja. Put it backwards. Ninja Warrior.
So
I like
if
Ninja
this
Warrior.
was me, this would probably be number 1. But this isn't messy. Your wife.
No, she likes it. She likes the competition. She likes the competition. Not all messy stuff. It's competition too.
I like the heartfelt, stories.
The stories of the people that come out. She likes it.
Okay, the background.
We have some 1s. We have a 2.
Overcoming obstacles.
Yes.
Yeah, we have 1 or 2. We have a couple of 1s and 2s.
BK likes it, so it's. Yeah. This is ranking high by the viewers are ranking this one high, and I don't blame them, but I just don't know. I don't know based on previous statements.
2.
This is messy enough.
You got a couple of 1s and 2s.
Yeah. Are you guys sure you want to go with that high with this thing? I don't think.
It's up to you. What do you think, Jedi?
I'm not going any higher than 3, and I'll explain why. I know what 1 and 2 are. I already know what they are.
Cosmic 1 says 9.
He said not. He said he's been saying 10.
Ryan the Grace,
Cosmic 1, we'd have nothing but we'd have 10 stacked on top of each other.
Between 1 and 2, we'll go with 3. There you go. Your 3 is good. Moving on.
Thank you.
All right. Lockup or Love After Lockup. This has mess written all over.
Oh, it is messy as hell.
If this ain't messy, I don't know what is. But I don't think it's 1 and 2.
Synopsis.
It's about
synopsis while the chat catches up.
Yeah.
It's diverse. It could be men or women or sometimes both. People go into prison for either 10, 15, whatever amount of years, and they start making like connections with people on the outside, and they fall deeply in love, and then they get out, and of course, mess ensues.
Mess ensues. There you go.
All right.
This one is pretty messy. This one.
Messy. I almost want to move Ninja down, but I don't want to work that hard. Live After Lockup.
It sounds messy.
It does sound so messy.
It does. You have to watch the concept. I sat there and watched it, and I sit there and I laughed my ass off. I have to.
All right, so man, we got some 1 or 2. I think the chat is steering me in the wrong direction. Oh God.
Is it messy?
It sounds totally messy.
It is.
You have
messy.
a lot of 2s. We have a 3. We have 2s. We have 1.
All right, I'm going to put it in 2.
Right.
Which
All
is
right.
going to make me have to rethink what I was. I wasn't going to put that in 2, but now I'm having to rethink everything because of the chat. You guys better not be screwing me on this thing. Moving on.
Moving on.
All right. 90 Day Fiance. Now, I already know. Now the chat, I'm going to ignore whatever the chat says because I don't know what the chat's going to say. But last week when we were talking about different reality shows, I forget exactly in what context it was. Your wife said this show name out loud. She said,
yes, she
90
did.
Day Fiance. She said it, which means she likes it. So I think that's number 1.
Great. I like Joe. He gave it a 2. Great trash.
I'm putting that at number 1. We'll see what the chat says. The chat is 2. Great trash. What is this? This is where Marco was picked up. He must have been talking about the previous show. The Love After Lockup.
We got a couple of 1s. Trash Fest. Hey, so 1, 1, 1. Got a lot of 1s.
There are some 1s. I think it is 1, and I'm strict. I don't know anything about it. So go ahead and tell us about it. But
synopsis, man.
Just because she said it last week, she actually made a point to say this title. So,
without giving too much away, because this is very close to my heart, because I too was a 90-day fiance. It's usually people that meet in other countries and they fall deeply in love. And they're like, you know what? We should get married.
And that wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't a 90-day fiance with me. So
I think I say it wasn't you she fell in love with.
No. It was way before she met the great Domtober.
Oh, okay.
But it's usually that's 90 days is the amount of time. It's a certain visa that you have in the United States. I think it's like H something. I can't remember.
Fiance visa.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah. My wife and I had a fiance visa.
Hey, so it's close to your heart too.
Close to your heart.
Not close enough for me to watch this show, I don't think. But all right, so I'm putting it at number 1.
You got it
right,
a long time ago.
Next is Chrisley Knows Best. I used to watch this show. This is one I'm familiar with.
He's in jail now. So
he doesn't know best.
He's in jail now, so it's trash.
And your wife kind of went like, oh. So she finally actually let some sort of disgust out when we talked about one of these. Let's see what the chat is saying. Desperate Americans who can't get laid in the US.
Way to go, Joe. Hey. Way to go.
That hit a little too close to home there, Joe.
That kind of hurt.
Oh, boy.
All right, what do we got? 7. Cosmic, big surprise. Cosmic 1 says 10. Okay. We got some other 10s though. He's not alone. I actually think this is 10. I think they're right. I think this is going to be 10.
Okay.
I like the
mom.
All
right, so
she thinks the mom is good. Mom's the best part of it.
Yeah, she's kind of funny. I haven't watched it forever. Okay, I'm familiar with this one too because I watched it when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
I haven't watched it. Is this still on?
Catfish is still on? I think. I don't know. They got the reruns. A lot of reruns on.
Yeah. I mean, it's messy, but messy sad. Like
this one is pretty messy.
Well, I love when people put their high school picture. They said they look like this, and then when they see him for real, it's like he gained 300 pounds. You don't look nothing
I don't
like
want to run the risk of maybe insulting someone that's ever been catfished, because there's probably some pretty elaborate catfishing schemes going. But some of the ones on there, you're just kind of like, really?
A lot of people have been catfished. You know.
And then you wonder if they put this much energy into finding a job or, getting their finances in order, they would be really successful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All
right. What are we getting in the chat? Here?
All right. We got 7. 9. 7 and 9. Let's see. Who else?
What does Jedi think?
We got 9.
Google an image. Okay. Well,
Couple
catfish started
nines.
before all this reverse stuff came out.
Oh boy.
My dog likes catfish.
We got 3 9s. We got a couple of 9s.
Mm.
So what do you think?
I'm on board with 9. I'm on board with 9.
We got a 7. All right. You on board with 9?
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I'm on board with 9.
Okay.
Moving on.
Which leaves, by the process of elimination,
which is off the scales. No pun intended.
1,000-pound sisters. Now, I was going to actually rank this one higher because you actually named this one last week as well. I was going to name this one higher, but the chat has spoken and has filled up all the.
It's a sad thing. The show is sad because you wonder how these people get that big, and it's really frightening and scary that somebody can get that big and still think about donuts and big Slurpee Cokes.
Are those the 2 sisters? I'll pull it back up.
Yeah.
Tam Tam.
She goes Tam Tam.
All right. Well, what? I don't want to be mean when I say this, but one of the sisters
readjust the list.
One of the sisters is an overachiever when it comes to reaching 1,000.
Yeah,
a lot more than the other one.
No, listen, she wears big clothes. The other one wears extra big clothes. There you go.
The other one doesn't look okay. I don't want to be mean.
Her face is eating her face.
She's lost a lot of weight.
No, she did.
Tam Tam.
Okay. We got through the faces eating her face.
That's all right, I gotta catch up. I knew this one was gonna go off the rails here.
Okay.
It's called cheaters. I don't know what that means. Cheating on their diet, maybe. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Great show. Cosmic
off the scale. Oh boy.
All right. So Mrs. Old Man Fett, how did we do?
Okay. Let me get the list. Let me get the list and let me do it from 10 up. Okay. I'm going to start from 10.
All right.
Okay. Number 10.
Okay.
Southern Charm.
Wow. And she just went on and on about how messy this one was.
It still is. But in the time that it came out, messier things have occurred.
Messier things have occurred since the time has been on. All right. Number 9. You got it right. Catfish.
Catfish. All right. Good job.
Number 8. Chrissy Knows Best.
Number 8 is Christy Knows. Where did we put Christy Knows Best?
What else?
We put that at 10.
Right
okay, so we weren't too bad. We weren't too far off.
Number 7. Come Dine With Me.
You got to give it a chance.
You have to give it a chance.
Good show.
See, we were close. Number 7.
We were close. You had on 6. We're very close. There you go.
We're great. We get graded on a curve. I mean, you know.
You guys are doing great.
Okay. Number 6, Ninja Warrior.
I had a feeling, and you guys tricked me on that one. I had a feeling she wasn't going to like that one as much. I like the inspirational stories, and I knew that was a trick. I knew it was a trick.
Number 5, Queer Folk.
Queer Eye.
Queer Eye, yeah.
Queer Folk. Number 4, Love Is Blind.
Deaf and Dumb.
I'm looking pretty good at number 1. I'm looking pretty good.
1,000-Pound Sister.
I knew it.
And the next 2.
We got 1 and 2 right.
Yes. Love After Lockup is 2.
Woo!
And the number 1, 90 Day Fiance. It's done.
Woo!
We did pretty good.
You did pretty good, Jedi. You did pretty good.
I like mess.
Jedi was right. She likes mess. Oh, we did a good job there.
Wow. I think I did pretty good, Dom.
You did pretty damn good. I'm impressed. Your face is super red because you're embarrassed that you're impressed.
I am just so upset that you guys that I fell for that Ninja Warrior slip of the hand. You guys totally bamboozled me on that one. I could have had the top 4 right.
There you go.
Still a good show, but not messy enough. I need mess. I need real mess. I need to turn off the TV afterwards and feel good about myself.
So there it is, the final score. Yeah,
final tally for.
I'll feel successful after watching these things.
Now, everybody in the chat,
right.
go watch these shows. They need your love and support. There you go.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. All right, you know what?
All righty.
I want to show something I picked up real quick.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Moving on.
So I picked this up.
Thank you, Mrs. Old Man Fett. That was very fun.
Always a pleasure.
There you go.
Woo! Mess.
Yeah. All right. So I picked this up. I went to I was in Walmart last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. For $10, I picked this up. I was able to pick up the little Lego Boba Fett.
The little Lego Boba Fett
The little Boba Fett Slave 1 and Slave 1.
There we go. I knew that.
Yes. $10. Can't go wrong with this.
Oh, that's not bad. How many pieces?
How many pieces? It's 85 pieces. 85 pieces. Not bad.
Hey, Tom Cruise is not a mess. At least not on screen.
Hey, Tom Cruise is definitely not a mess.
Oh, we're still catching up on the reality talk here.
Don't worry about it. There's a lot of reality shows my wife didn't put on there that we definitely
did
watched.
pretty good, Ryan. We did pretty good.
We did pretty damn good. I'm surprised, Jedi. I'm proud of you.
Well, I watch an awful lot of TV. I don't watch a lot of reality TV, but your wife kind of gave some good hints. So she deserves the credit for us doing so well, because she was, except for that one. That's a fly in the ointment. She tricked me on that one. All right. So so next, I got to look at my agenda. We got so much going on. I got to look at the agenda here. All right. So next, we're going to do some Dom's picks of the week. And obviously, I do collectible and pre-orders. All right. The first one is not Dom's, though. The first one is mine.
There you go. Let's do it.
XM. Have you heard of XM?
Yes, I have. They make some damn good ass.
Yeah. Those are cool.
Really
Those are cool. So these are pre-orders coming out in pre-orders through March, I think. Yeah. They end sometime. Well, it is March through this.
I'll tell you what. I know them so good. I'm sorry, Jedi. I know they're so good. Go ahead. They have definitely. They made Transformers. The Transformers are so badass. It's unreal. They have a sound wave.
Tell me if what I'm about to show next is accurate, because on their website it doesn't appear as though you can get them in the U.S. without some sort of contact overseas, because none of the prices were in U.S. dollars.
Nope.
And I think when it said shipping to U.S., it said NA. They don't ship to the U.S.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we're gonna find somebody in the UK to get them, and it's really sad because
they're all over, man. It was like Korea. You can get it in Singapore, like a whole list of countries.
These statues are really awesome. They're highly detailed, and if you're a statue collector, these are definitely.
Which makes me wonder if they're licensed. Makes me wonder if they're licensed or something. Are they?
You know what? They are, because the Transformer ones are definitely licensed. So you have an Optimus Prime, you have a Hot Rod, you have a Bumblebee, you have a Megatron, and a Soundwave. And the Soundwave, I'm telling you, $2,000. That tells you how much.
Do you have any of these? Has your wife gone to the other room? Do you have any of these?
No, I have none of these. None of these at all.
Okay.
Even I.
All right. So yeah, these were cool. I mean, I picked these because these were the new releases. But Dom's right; they had some cool stuff on there, but you can't get it.
Really cool.
All right, we've got some new releases from McFarlane Toys.
You know, and look, I'm going to go back. If McFarlane could release quality figures for half the price of Black Series and drop new figures every few months, what the frig is wrong with Hasbro?
Okay,
that's what I'm trying to say.
It's funny. I'm going to remind everybody you said that at the end of the show, because this is going to be a part. What you just said is a very key element into what we're doing for our March Madness bracket. Okay, so remember that.
But so we have a Middle of the Spawn, which I really, you know what? I have the old ones. I have the original McFarlane Toys. And
so we have Medieval Spawn, Monolith,
Spawn, you have Monolith, and you have Sin. And I think Sin's a new character, I believe. I think Monarch is a new character. Was it Monolith?
I don't know. Yeah. I've watched Spawn on TV.
I still say that these are quality figures, and they're made good. And they come out, and that I don't understand. You know what? Every toy company is different, but we see. Tom Rush from the event.
I think we're still talking. They're still talking about the XM, and they're absolutely right.
The XMs are awesome. You know, we'll look up the Transformers next time, and I'll show you Transformers. Look them up if you get a chance. They're badass. If you're a Transformer fan.
Okay, so they're also doing these. I'm trying to remember. These are called punch through something. Page punch or page punchers. Page punchers. I think that's what they're called. Page punchers.
So they're mini figures. Figures of the comic in the background. Everybody's doing well. He did these with the superheroes, the DC comics.
Well, similar to what Star Wars did, right? With the old
back in the day. I wish they would go back to this.
Yeah.
How many points of articulation do they have? These things have?
I have no idea.
But they look pretty cool.
They do look cool. They're small. That little where it says in the middle, it says on the white piece of paper or whatever, it says spawn and anti-spawn. Come on, they can do better. You do something prettier than that. That's kind of like,
I know it's kind of lame, but you know what?
Plain looking.
Yeah.
All right. So next, Dom. Okay. So here comes me. We're gonna get through Dom. Since now we're doing these shows on Friday, it just gives Dom like 3 extra days, really like 4 extra days to just throw shit at me that he wants to talk about.
Hey.
And I'm putting together like these slides, and then Dom's just my IG is like ting, 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 ting. And Dom's like throwing me, hey, I want to talk about this, So I get this next one within hours of the show. And I told Dom, I was like, Dom, no, I'm done making slides. But Dom gives you these puppy dog eyes, and he's like, you ever seen the poster of the little puppy dog with those big sad eyes? That's Dom.
These things pop up at the wrong time. But anyway, they're cool. These come up the last minute. That's what I'm trying to say with McFarlane. Look how many figures, quality figures that come out in every few months compared to Hasbro. Get with your shit, Hasbro. And they're pretty good, man. Look, I tell you what, I'm not a big DC fan, and I don't collect DC, but if I did, these are badass figures. You know?
Yeah, these are good. McFarlane does a good job.
He does a great job with the figures.
If McFarlane made Star Wars toys, I'm sure I'd buy them.
I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I actually think NECA should make Star Wars toys.
Wow. Dom, you were just like, I almost want to go ahead and do this now, but I'm not. I'm not going to do it now. My bracket thing. All right. Let's just zip through these because I didn't really like any of these. I don't know why.
All right. So WinterCon is coming. It's coming at the end of March. The Funko usually has a bunch of exclusives for the show, WinterCon, and kind of sucks. It's lame. I ain't buying any of these because I want Star Wars. There's no Star Wars that are dropping, and I don't understand. Star Wars is a number. So their fourth quarter earnings, Star Wars is number 2 on the list of the top 10 Funkos that they make. Harry Potter's number 1. Star Wars is 2. Tell me why there's no Star Wars figures, no Star Wars pops in the exclusives of WinterCon. That bothers me.
I don't know. Well, I don't like any. Well, I mean, I'm a Bugs Bunny fan, so I'm not a huge Bugs Bunny. I like Bugs Bunny. I like the old cartoons. So I forget the name of that little.
I like the mashup of Superman with Bugs Bunny. But I actually, you know what I like? I'm not a big Freddy Funko fan, but I like that clown Freddy Funko.
Oh, you like that?
I like the clown, and it's limited to 1,500 pieces. So that's maybe why I like it, because it's a limited edition piece.
Because it's rare.
Yeah, I like it. It's probably going to sell out quick. That's going to be like the number 1 thing sells out. And you know what?
We've got you got the Teen Titan dude here.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Teen Titan? You know what that is?
Which one? Where?
The one in the Avenger, the big one, the box, the comic book.
The box. No, the box. That's the Avengers. That's a Skrull. That's Iron Man as a Skrull.
Oh, a Skrull. I thought it was one of the Teen Titans. No. Actually, that wouldn't make sense now that I see it says Avengers.
And then you have the Moon Knight, the hippo from the Moon Knight series, and you have what's his face, Bill Murray in Quantum Mania.
Never happened, AOA. Never happened. All right, so we're going to take a break. Oh, go ahead. Did you have more? I know you're going to get that T-shirt. Did you?
Nah, I'm not getting a T-shirt.
No. Okay. All right. We'll come back to those.
Yeah.
So Let's catch up on the chat. I think I was catching up on the chat. They're pretty good. So this past
It's
weekend,
not
I
Ryan.
mentioned it last week. Say again?
No, Ryan was saying they need to swap that hippo for Star Wars. Yeah, they're gonna make some Star Wars ones. I don't understand why there's no Star Wars. But
Was there Harry Potter? I didn't see any Harry Potter there.
it was a Harry Potter. The owl.
Oh, there was Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So last week I mentioned that there was a Hawaii was having a collectors expo last weekend, and I did go. And I did do an interview with someone, which we'll get to in a second. But I'll just show a little bit about the expo first and talk about it. So we don't get a lot of cons here anymore. We're hoping maybe in the future we'll get some now that the pandemic is in the rearview mirror. But we do get this once a year, which is kind of a con. And it had kind of a con vibe, a lot of comic books, a lot of cards, a lot of toys. When I say cards, sports cards, some animated cards, or Pokemon, things like that. There was even some cosplay going on. It was anime type cosplay, so I didn't know who they were, and there were a few. I think there was a few voice actors for anime that were there. Okay. Again, had no clue who they were, and there were some artists, some anime artists and things there too. No one that I was too familiar with. So I walked around, mainly looking at comic books. I am not a digger.
Well, first things first. How much was the admission?
It was $5, but I got in free. Like I said, they were letting military in free, so I just showed my retired ID and they let me in. Okay. So I appreciate that. And they, so I walked around. I'm not a digger. I think I've admitted to that before. I just don't have the patience for it, and a lot of times I don't know what I'm looking for, and I'm not going to spend hours digging through boxes. No offense to those who do. I mean, more power to you, but I'm not going to spend hours digging through boxes to find something that I may or may not be able to sell and make a few bucks. I don't know.
You might find something I like.
Yeah, I mean, I know Pete does. I'm sure Marco and them do it, and it's just not for me. It's not for me. I'd rather do it online. I'm an online digger. We need a term for that. But I did do something. I mainly like looking at the walls, what they have on the walls. So I put the little oh my god face on this one. Anytime I see Spotlight 5, I kind of just shake my head, because I used to have one of those, and I used to have one of those graded a 9.4, actually, believe it or not. But it was what do you call it? Altered. They said, what do you call it? I can't think of the word right now, but it was CBCS. It said it had been altered with some a little bit of ink, which I never saw. So I ended up selling it before the pandemic and before prices blew up. And I wish I'd have kept it, because it would probably be worth a lot more than what I sold it for. But they did have a couple of these, so I always stand there and look at them and beat myself up when I see these. They had an 8.0. I think they were asking $3,200 or $3,400 for the 8.0. Star Wars fans will notice that there is a Clone Wars #1 Filoni
9.8
in the top, and 9.8. They were wanting $7,400 for that. I don't know. I don't know if that's a deal or not, but it was too rich for my blood. What do we got?
Yeah, I got a bunch of pennies.
You found a Mission Impossible Tom Cruise variant digging. Well, I'll never know, because I'm not going to dig it. I'm not going to dig for it.
You can pay somebody to dig for you.
Yeah, if you come across one, let me know.
You get it.
Yeah, I'll make it worth your while. But I restored. Thank you very much, Ryan and Sticks. Thank you. I when I get on these shows, I forget words. What do we got here? Jedi can always find ways into cons because I have mad Navy skills. Well, I'm not allowed to talk about those mad Navy skills, but they've never gotten me into a con. I'll just say that. So what else we got? So yeah, I talked to the guys. So this was pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of people do this, Marco included. I know normally goes to cons with buddies but there were like four young men running this. I say young, they were probably younger than me. And they go hunting together. They go out like a couple times a month hunting together. They wear diggers, and they do these cons together. So it's good to see that happening again after what we've been through the last couple of years. It's good to know that people are able to get out and socialize in the hobby again. And so look what I saw.
Ooh.
Yeah, I talked to this guy, and this was I always forget, is it the 12 back or 13? Is it 12 or 13?
It's good. 12 back.
12, right? Okay. So this was a 12 back. He took it out and showed it to me. Guess where he got this? Guess where he got it? And I didn't even ask how much it was because I wasn't going to be able to buy it.
You could have maybe talked him, lowballed him.
No, he had it in the glass case. He knew what he had.
So what?
And he had others around it. I just he found this in a storage locker. He bought a storage locker and found this.
Oh wow, that's like cool? The storage locker, the reality
Storage
show.
Wars.
Storage
Wars. Yeah,
and they found the Star Wars figures that time.
Yeah.
Wow.
He also had some GI Joes that he said he found at a swap meet. They were older too. I didn't take a picture of them. Again, I don't know GI Joes that well, but so he was very proud of those. So they must be worth something.
What do you think roughly? How much that? I'm sorry. What do you think roughly that C-3PO is?
It depends on the store. Here in Hawaii, it was probably about this. I saw one of these in San Diego at a store, so the markup's probably about the same. I'm gonna guess it's not graded though.
Not graded, and is it mint? How's the?
It looked pretty good. I didn't ask to pick it up, but I would guess that's probably in the neighborhood of $1,000, if not more.
Probably.
I would guess.
But that would look nice in the back of your collection there, Jedi.
It would. I was telling one of the other guys, it was the guy that this previous slide, when we were talking about the Marvel Spotlight, I was like, if I could ever stop spending money on all this other little shit here and there, then I might be able to go out and afford a grail like this. But it's this guy.
Same here.
But I can't seem to do it. So same thing with this. So on the other side here, I talked to I started to say a young guy. He wasn't young. He's older than me. Named Kent, real nice guy. We talked black figures and stuff. He's getting ready to build this man cave out of, and he's going to display all this stuff. I've bought some stuff from him before. I bought some black figures, Black Series figures from him before. So we talked for a while, and it was a fun time. It's good. Like I said, it's good to be able to get out and talk to folks again.
That's cool.
All right, so that's the only pictures I took, but I did do an interview. Now this interview is about 14 minutes long, so while we're watching this, we'll get involved with the chat a little more. Actually, the chat's kind of slowed down, but so this is a guy. Now I've met this person. His name is Jordan. I met him a couple of years ago. He has been buying and selling original art and comic books for a while. I've met him, and then of course the pandemic hit. I'm still on his email distro. So when I found out he was going to be there, I said, I'm gonna make a point and go by and see if I can talk to him. Since we've been talking about original art stuff a little bit on the show, I thought it might be fun to ask him, as someone who's been doing it a while, about original art. So here we go.
Hey, this is Jedi. I'm here. I'm talking to Jordan. We are at 2023 Hawaii Collector Expo. Yeah. And Jordan and I have been talking about something that we've been talking about, original art. Jordan has been collecting original art for 25 years now. Right. I'm going to switch the camera around. So tell us about your experience. You were telling me you've been collecting for 25 years.
25 years, yeah. So unlike everybody else, I started buying comics when I was a youngster and collected comics and did that. So I had that love and passion for that. But I also have a love for art. So that's when I started. I got my first page over 25 years ago. It hit me like, wow. It's the backstory behind all the comics. And so it's the best of both worlds. It's art and comic books. So I was hooked ever since. And I basically started just selling off all my other collections, comics, sports cards, everything, to just buy more art, as it is. And I've got 10 pieces that I've got framed in my office. It's like creating your own museum. you go by it every day. You appreciate what they do. You see the backstory, the process behind it.
Is there a focus on these 10 pieces? Is it a certain character, or just you just certain artist, or?
Good point. I mean, that's a great question. It's like anything else. When you bought certain comic books, I would go out and buy all Batman issues, and I would collect certain artists as well. So buying the original art, that's what I covet, and that's what I'll go and search for as well. So it's harder to find because it's one-of-a-kind originals, and they don't really show up very often for availability. And when they do, you got to kind of act fast a lot of times, because if you go to a show like this, well, I may not get that comic. I can go and get it from another dealer, but you can't do that with original art.
That's true.
So it does create a sense of urgency a lot of times. So if I see it, but the other thing about that, it doesn't have to be that super expensive $3,000 page by Neil Adams either. It could be a $100 page by a certain artist, but it has a certain panel or a certain drawing on the page that speaks to you. It's just as valuable to yourself.
Okay. So, Jordan has several. These are just a fraction, I think, of what you have.
I own around 2,000 pages.
So these are, you have 6 binders here, 5 or 6 binders. Each binder probably has
48 pages.
48 pages. Okay. So, some of what you had, because I've thumbed through them, everyone. I've looked through them, and Jordan was kind enough to give me a deal on a sketch. Sure, yeah, pull it out. He's been holding it for me while I've been walking around the con or the expo.
Dom's gonna be jealous.
So this is going to make Dom pretty jealous, but it is a print of Boba Fett causing damage. It has a, it's hard to see, but it has a remark. Original art remark. And who's the artist? Because I've already forgotten.
Yvel Goucher.
Yvel Goucher.
And he drew Aquaman and Harley Quinn issues, so he's a published DC artist. And he basically drew this image and he made it into a print, and then he signed and did a head sketch for it.
And it's gorgeous. I love it. That's why I wanted to pick it up. This is, he said this is his last one too. I don't know if that's a sales tactic. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So thumbing through or turning, because I looked at every one of them. I'm gonna ask, I don't know if hard-hitting question or not, but it's probably a question you get a lot, is authenticity. So how do you verify, how does one verify authenticity when they buy from a person such as yourself, not the actual artist, I guess?
Well, that's a great point. And the only way I can point that out is once you start to acquire art, or once you start to research it, you can see the process behind it. So first thing you can look out for is, was it reproduced or was it drawn? That's the first thing you want to look for. Right? So in this scenario, you see all the imperfections, you see all the blue line pencils that are drawn by the artist, so that you can tell that this wasn't just a reproduced copy. This is actually drawn on the page. So that's one way to make sure this is authentic.
So it's also, and I guess anyone can make anything nowadays, but it also has watermarks of marble. Does that mean anything? Or?
Well, in this issue is Deadpool, so Deadpool paid this artist Carlo Barberi to draw the issue for them, and they'll provide their marble boards for him to draw the art.
Okay. So a lot of these things you're saying to look for, kind of, you have to aggregate them together to kind of form an opinion, I guess. Okay.
I always use the expression, when in doubt, live without. So if you have a doubt on something, especially if you're going to be spending a lot of money on art, then don't take any chances. Right? Other things that along the way, let me try and find ones for you. Let me see if this is an example. So here, so this is the finished art page, and this is the credits that are on the page as well.
Okay.
But when on the back, you'll see copyright stamps. That's another way to authenticate it.
Okay.
So a lot of the companies will copyright stamp it.
I don't know how good my camera is at picking that up, but okay, I see what you're talking about.
DC is copyright stamp, so that's part of their production process. So that's another little thing to show that, okay, this was actually used by DC in the production of this art page.
Okay.
Right? So there's no comic grading authority, because again, it's one-of-a-kind originals. But then, as you look at older pages, you'll also be able to tell, again, it's not reproduced, just from the aging of the process as well. So this is from 1986. If this was on clean white paper, then you already know that somebody reproduced it, right? Versus being the original in this case. So looking at the art process, This is that artist Yvel Boucher. This is the one that you just got that print from.
Oh, that's the Aquaman you were
That's the
telling me
Aquaman I was
about.
talking
Okay,
about, right?
all right.
So when you can, a way to tell if this is reproduced or not, you can see the gradations. So if an inker is hand making it, it's all, there's gradations in the artwork. Reproductions from a computer, there's like, you see no gradations. It's all exactly the same. So in this case, you can see, I don't know if you can tell from your picture, but you can tell he did a little bit deeper here, a little bit lighter in that area there.
I noticed differences in the dialogue bubbles too.
Yeah.
Is that?
Well, depends on who does the wording for them. Sometimes it's digital. In this case, they pasted this on top of the art.
Oh, okay, all right.
But so, again, those are, besides that, those are the ways to basically look at a piece and know that it's really the original art and also the published art as well.
Okay. All right.
That's your artist, Yvel Boucher. He's the one who did this.
Nice. So one of the other, I'm just going to show it because I don't even remember what binder. Do you remember what binder the Ghost Rider was in that I was looking for?
Let's go back. Let's go find that one. I believe.
Because as everyone knows, I do collect Ghost Rider, and I was here earlier, and Jordan and I were talking that this was his only Ghost Rider.
That's the only one page I have
And
for sale. Yes.
for sale, right? It's towards the back.
Yeah. Not in this one here.
It's this one. I remember some of the other art that was in there, I think. Yep. There it is.
So that's one thing I'm talking about too. Is the issue itself is a 5-cent comic book. It's called Gun Runner 2. Not a valuable comic book by any means. But the beauty about original art is the pages inside hold a lot more value. Of course, one of a kind original, but it truly is. It's art. It's going to speak to you. Again, it presents better. So it's not just a 5-cent comic book. It's a page within. So you have great. You get a great splash here of the Ghost Rider head, Spirit of Vengeance here, and his cycle is there as well. So it's a way to get. It's sort of like a behind-the-scenes way to look at a comic book.
So, okay, it's got the Marvel. Again, I'm just looking at things that jump out at me as to the authenticity of this. And you said, does this have the stamp on the back?
No,
this does not. So what is this? This is
his notes.
Oh, notes. Okay. Okay.
But see, another thing too, this issue drawn back in the late 90s, so you can see the gluing has aged, right? That tells you it's authentic also. If it was brand new, without any aging, I'd be nervous about that.
Okay.
Right? Plus a page like this is not one that's...
Who's the artist again?
Anthony Williams is the artist,
Anthony
and
Williams.
Jeff Anderson is the inker.
Okay. And this is a published page.
And the issue is Gun Runner number 2.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. From an artistic standpoint, you can see the comparison. This is a traditional page where it has traditional panels, and the artist will go within the panels. One thing I like, from our artistic side, I love the way he breaks the panel walls here. So he framed out the page that he wanted to do it, and then he doesn't fall within the same restriction. Keeping in mind, this was a blank page when it started. And so the artist got the script from the writer, and the script tells him what to do on each page, but then that artist brings it to life into that. So it goes from a blank to this, as the final product. That's why it takes an artist around a month to finish one issue. They're on 22 pages as well.
And this is, because I've listened to artists talk about when they create that they'll do pencil, and then they'll go over it with pen. I mean, that's probably more traditional. But now you see a lot of artists working with digital. So is anything that was generated digitally, is that considered original art or no?
Okay, that's always open for debate from there. So from the purest sense of the word, if it's drawn on computer and then printed out, well then it's a printout.
It's a printout, okay.
So if you just go by the very little interpretation, it's not original art because the original art was drawn on a computer screen.
Okay.
A lot of the new artists are doing it now because it's faster to do it that way. It's like if you typed out a thesis paper on a typewriter or a computer, you you can do it faster on the computer because you can correct and undo
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's more forgiving.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So a lot of the new artists, they make their money not in the back issue market, but by creating comics for Marvel and DC. And the more they can create, the more money they'll get.
So an artist that works with digital in the digital medium,
Right.
we'll say, if you were looking for a piece from that artist, whereas you may not be able to get a traditional
Right.
original art like we're looking at,
Right.
you would be looking for something from that artist. Say you collect that artist, or you just like their style.
Right.
You'd be looking something. You'd want like an artist print, or
Okay.
that would be some artist print is something they send the publisher for approval, right, or something like
so
that,
you're
or
on
no?
right now. So what those artists are doing now, so a lot of collectors still want to get a piece of that issue because the newer issues are very desirable and the art is very good as well. Right? The artist is still drawing it. It just happens to be a printout. So what they're doing is it's a new form of art. It's called they'll call them artist proofs 1 of 1, and they'll print out that page and it'll be embossed and stamped, and then basically no other printouts will be made. And it'll be signed by the artist and authenticated on the back of the page. What they'll do. And so, yes, the artist can hand draw it, but you're the only one in the world which will own that page printout, and they'll do it in the same size, 11 by 17. It'll be from the published issue, and you have a published page, and then you're the only one who have that.
Okay.
So it is a second generation as from the art form, and so a lot of the older collectors and the purists kind of don't desire that as much. Because myself, I'm fortunate, I started 20 years ago, so I have some older pages like this. So I appreciate this art form, but I also understand that that's a new way of doing things.
Yeah.
And if it was a great Batman issue, the new lines.
I understand. So I'm probably more traditional like you. I like the pen and paper. It just seems to
course.
have more substance to me. But I do understand, like you're saying, times change. A lot of artists work digitally now. To me, actually, it makes more sense than NFTs. I don't understand NFTs at all.
That's another whole.
So we won't go in there. Maybe I'll hit up Jordan on another time, and we can talk NFTs.
I tried to explain it, and I don't even know fully about it. I said to some people, it's like getting a timeshare. You kind of own a piece of it. You own a piece of the entity, but you don't actually get the entity. It's not really yours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand it a bit. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
If I have the original page, I want the whole page. I don't want to own a 3% of it. I want to own the entire page.
Okay.
So I get it. I mean, that's a whole different discussion. It's not my cup
All
of tea.
right. Hey, we won't. Jordan has customers. We don't want to take up any more of his time. Thank you for these couple of minutes to talk original art. I've met Jordan probably 2 or 3 years ago, and when I saw he was going to be here at this expo, I made sure I wanted to come by and at least reintroduce myself to him because he's been doing this a while. So
I enjoy it. This is my passion, the art. And I'm always selling to buy more art, and I love engaging with customers. I've been very fortunate in Hawaii to be one of the few people who sells art. So once people start buying, they come back to me. And I have a lot of long-term comic customers who are basically like me converted to just buying art now. And it's a great cycle. I like to perpetuate the hobby as well.
there's a little bit more logistics involved when you live here in Hawaii and being involved in this hobby, but it's getting easier. It's getting easier, I think. So thanks again, Jordan. Appreciate it. All right.
Really cool.
All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. It's a little long, but some good info there, I think, right? I mean, I
So you want the purchasing that Ghost Rider?
Well, what's next on the agenda? All right, that Marvel Ghost Rider. All right, we'll bring that down.
Okay.
Maybe I should go up on the big screen for this one.
Oh, there you go.
I did. Long story short, I did buy it.
Oh, you did? Wow.
I did.
Nice.
I got to figure out how to frame it.
That's awesome.
But I did buy it.
Listen,
yeah,
one thing, Jedi, don't fall down that rabbit hole of art now.
Didn't I say I wasn't going to? And now here I am.
Let me see that Boba Fett. Let me see the Boba Fett. Let me see it in person. In person. That is so badass, man.
I got to frame this too. So I made some just because I did So here's the actual page. I went and pulled it off the internet. The actual page from the comic of the original art. You can see, and then that's the cover of the comic called Gunrunner with Ghost Rider. That's the only one I cared about. And that's two artists. I can't remember the names. I've already forgotten them. But yeah, if it hadn't been Ghost Rider, I probably would not have bought any original art. But that was the only Ghost Rider that he had, and I was like, I think if I don't do it, I might regret it. So I did it, and I did the research to make sure. I mean, I've known Jordan, like I said, for a while, but so I didn't think he would be scamming me. But
cool.
So I did a little research.
Before I forget, Cosmic One dropped the $199.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad
that came up. Yeah.
So Cosmic One, we do thank you so much for this. We're glad you're enjoying the show. You get the dubious honor of being our very first super chat.
Thank you. So, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. We do appreciate that. Thank you. And then I also made this little thing just to rub it in Dom's face a little more. So like he was saying, this was actually what I picked up was actually a print of what was an original commission piece. That's the original commission piece there on my left, and then of course that's the one in the middle is my print, and then I went ahead and blew up that little remark that the artist did because it's in pencil, so it might be hard to see. So pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, but not.
That's the reason I bought it, Dom. I wanted you to be honest. It's so hard for me to one up Dom, man. It rarely happens that I just have to jump. I know. Listen, I gotta frame it now.
Listen, now you want me to go out and get some original art? Jesus.
No, you're not going to get original art. I know what you're going to get, man. Well, I guess it is kind of original art because I've talked to you about it before. Those original art on the Funkos, the Funko Pops. You've got artists now that are doing the original.
Yes.
I said Rob Liefeld's got a show on Whatnot where that's pretty much all he does is sit there and draw original art on Funko Pops and then sell them on Whatnot.
There was
by the way, Rob Liefeld. I don't know if people love him. I've never met him. Some people love him. Some people hate him. He is very entertaining. If you can say nothing else about Rob Liefeld, he's entertaining as hell on his Whatnot shows. So I don't know.
Hey, you know what? Like I said, some people don't like it for certain things, but you know what? Hey, his longevity been around for a long time. So, but so they
want to know how much for the Ghost Rider art. I if you watch the show, you know that Dom and I do not hesitate. We are not ones that are going to not tell you what we pay for stuff. Usually, we know we have a sickness, and we're not, so it just is what it is. I paid $170 for that original art.
That actually is pretty good. That's a pretty good price for a piece of original.
Jordan told me that he wasn't making a dime off of it again. I believe him. But that's what he told me. That's what he paid for it, and that's what he was selling it for. Let's catch up on John. We'll get prototype figures. Yeah, Dom's already getting the PSA 10 Funko stuff. So 12 shells for Jedi.
Seashells for Jedi.
Not for sale. Not for sale. Boy, I'll tell you what, though. Speaking of shells, people collect shells too. There was so much stuff at there. I mean, I know. Pete and Marco did a little thing on TAC called WOW, World of Wacky, whatever, I don't know, about weird collectibles. Man, people collect everything. They collect seashells, bottles, pots, pans, furniture, clothes, you name it. It was there and there were collectors there were customers, I should say, at every booth. I mean, it was just crazy. Good to see. All right, we're going to go back to, we're going to catch up on some of the chat.
Yep.
I'm glad you guys appreciate it. I know it's a little long, it's 14 minutes, but 14 minutes can seem like a long time when you're watching a YouTube show. So I appreciate people whip them out Wednesday. Wipe them out. It's called Whip It Out Wednesday. I was like, what the hell?
What kind of stuff is this?
What the hell are they doing on the tax?
Listen, all I know is that we're about to
Whip It Out Wednesday. That ain't cool. No, I ain't watching that.
Bridget the Midget's coming back?
Stop it. All right. Let's see. I feel like I fell behind on the chat. Let's see.
It's fun seeing you get Super Red Jedi.
It's about blood, man. I can't help it. I can't turn it off. It just happens when I laugh and I get red. It is, man. It is what it is.
Oh boy.
Okay, a good laugh will give me a sunburn every time. So, all right, let's see what we got here.
We got next to each
I'm
other.
gonna go back and let Dom finish his. Oh, did you want to open something? I told you jump in because I'm.
Let's open it. Let's open.
All right, we got a ways to go. I hope people are.
Well,
we still got a little ways to go here. We got stuff to talk about.
I got a nice little big package right here. So I'm gonna open it on the table right here. Get it open, and you'll see what it is. Hey, chat, what do you think it is?
Boba Fett. Hey, are you going to open up that what you showed me in the pre-show?
I was thinking about maybe.
We got to at least talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it
towards the end. Yeah, we'll talk about it. So, okay. So I wound up buying this, and it's got a funny, a quick story on this. So I had it on pre-order for a long time, and of course, the pre-order comes out when you're in between checks, and your money is not there because you paid all the bills, and so they did it twice, and they actually canceled.
You paid the bills, okay?
No, I don't. No, I do pay bills. I don't always buy toys.
Of course you do. Yeah,
you gotta live. But anyway, so they canceled it, and I had to wind up rebuying it. So, because I didn't have the money at that particular time. But it is Slave One.
You had that already.
No, this is the one with. If you look, it is. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. So you turn it around this way. It is Boba Fett and the Nomad. You listen. It's the ship is a little different, but you get the Boba Fett that you can't get anywhere else. Where is it? Right here.
Okay. Are you going to take a Sharpie to it and scratch out where it says Boba Fett Starship and write in Slave One?
I was actually thinking about that. We're putting a sticker just across it saying Slave One. Slave One.
Sticky note.
I'll say it again. Slave One. Slave One. Slave One. Slave One. Slave One.
Slave One.
Slave One.
All right. All right. Let's go back into now. I think if memory serves, so a little bit of backstory on what we're about to talk about, on which is the new Hasbro stuff, right? So on Wednesday, Pete talked about the Hasbro Pulse drops that came out, I guess Wednesday. I don't know, but. So I immediately texted DM Dom and like, hey Dom, I hope you weren't thinking about talking about the Hasbro stuff because Tax Show beat us to it. And again, I get the puppy dog eyes from Dom, like, I really want to talk about the Hasbro.
It's kind of cool, It's like they came out a lot of stuff.
I want to talk about it. I was like, well, they already talked about it, Dom. I really want to talk about it. I was like, okay, all right, let's do it. All right, here we go. Talk about it, Dom. Tell us
all right, so Hasbro had their live stream for Marvel Legends, and boy, they friggin' didn't disappoint with the Marvel Legends. A lot dropped.
Ryan, he doesn't take them out of the box. Just
I don't. I do once in a while. It depends on if I'm in the mood to take it out of the box. The packaging makes the toy sometimes. If I was younger and a kid and I played with toys, it's a different story.
Hey Pete, so it looks like Pete's on here. Hey, Cosmic One gave us our very first super chat tonight. So
there you go.
Much thanks to Cosmic One. We got to let the boss know that we're not trying to stick that money in our sock. That it's going to the fund. It
goes a long way.
You might audit us, and then we'd be in trouble.
This is not the '80s where you could buy Taco Bell for a family of four for $5. Anyway.
Thanks again, Cosmic.
Thank you. So. They're coming out with the original, if you remember Hulk #1 with Bruce Banner and then the Gray Hulk, because the Hulk was gray in the beginning before it became green. They have that. It's pretty cool. You got a first looking like Bruce Banner, original Bruce Banner with the Gray Hulk. Then you have a Thor with the what's the robot? The Destroyer.
Why are you asking me this?
I can't think of the name. It's Destroyer. I think it's Destroyer. a destroyer.
I couldn't think of Restored earlier. You want me to tell you the name of that damn robot?
That's pretty cool. Let me go to the next slide real quick. All right, so they did a lot of Spider-Man. I got a lot of Spider-Man stuff coming. First things first, they have a Hawkeye on his hover cycle with soft goods. That's actually pretty good. I love when figures have soft goods instead of that damn
soft
rubber
goods.
The goods like it's like the fabric. It's fabric, soft.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Not the rubber. Like when you have like a figure with the cape, and the cape is soft, or the poncho, whatever he's wearing. So they have that's dropping. Also, you have the Rose, which is the Kingpin's son, which was a thorn in Spider-Man's side in the part of the Marvel universe that I always love, when they have the gangsters and the gangs and all that stuff like that.
Oh. What you don't know is I have different colors of
so they came out with a couple of Spider-Men. You have so basically you have the Scarlet Spider, you have Spider-Woman, then you have Elektra as Daredevil, because she took over Daredevil's mantle when he went to jail. You have Miles Morales, which is actually really pretty cool, and then you have was it not Chisholm, a friggin' Chasm, which
wait a minute. Can I hit pause for just a second because of this? AOA wants more emojis like this. And I don't know what emoji that is, but Pete, can we talk about emojis real quick? Can a brother get one freaking emoji on this channel?
Chasm,
one freaking emoji. Dom has so many emojis. Dom's got like half a dozen emojis. I'm starving for. I just want one, Dom or Pete. Just one emoji for me.
Make him one emoji, please.
Just one emoji. Okay.
So Chasm. Chasm is a character. He was Scarlet Spider. He fell into some kind of liquid and became Chasm. He was featured in the limited series Dark Web, which he's a bad guy. He's a little psycho, a little crazy. It's Peter Parker's double. He was his original clone, but now he goes as Chasm.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of articulation. Is that the right word?
Oh yeah, articulation. There, they got like 30 points of articulation. They're fully posable.
Are you serious? They
yes.
don't look like they move at all.
No, these things like bendable knees, feet, everything. It's like the Star Wars.
How big
figures.
are these? Are these? They look like
6 inch. They're all 6 inch.
Oh man,
so you can take your GI Joes, your GI Joes.
They were like tiny little things.
Listen, so you take your GI Joes, your Star Wars, and your Marvel characters, you combine and make a whole big a scene that they can't do in Marvel. So you make some kind of crazy stuff. But anyway, you also have Bucky Barnes. You got Bucky Barnes as Captain America, which is pretty cool. Go to the next one. We have some Skrulls. You have Jessica Drew as a Skrull when they had Secret Invasion, which is pretty cool. Then you got Spectrum, Captain Marvel. They have from the Scarlet Witch show. What was it? It was WandaVision. And then you have Doctor Doom. Then you got Black Knight, and you have what's her name? I can't remember her name. Anyway, it'll come to me. You have Tarantula, another Spider-Man villain. You go to the next one. You got a new Black Widow. You have a first Iron Man. You have a 2-pack, Aunt May and Dr. Octopus. Remember, Dr. Octopus married Aunt May in the comics.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask what brought those two together, but okay. All right.
And then you have a Super Skrull robot, Captain. Can't remember the name of that Super Skrull. And then you got the Jessica Drew next to it again.
Well, the Super Skrull, is that the Build-A-Piece?
Yeah,
that's
the Build-A-Piece. Right? That's the Build-A. Yeah.
I think that is it.
That is it, right? All right. Now, mind you, half these figures probably won't come out to 2024, 25, 26, depending on when they decide to bring them out. We're going to go back to it. How did McFarlane do it with his figures? Come out every few months at cheaper costs, and they come out on a regular basis, and they're articulated, and they're pretty damn good figures. And it's plastic, cheaper cost.
Okay, so
Hasbro.
you keep bringing this up. I'm just going to go ahead and bring this up, and I was going to do it later, but let's just do it now because you keep bringing up McFarlane versus Hasbro, blah blah blah.
I'm sorry.
No, because it's a perfect segue into what I wanted. I got to find it. It's a perfect segue into games of the week. So this is what like I said before, everyone's doing their March Madness brackets. I think, I don't know if I think they're doing one on Star Wars. I think SNS might be doing one or something. So we're going to do one too. So what I thought about doing, since we're kind of a toy oriented show, is we're going to do it's going to be a final 8, not Sweet 16, or what do they call the 8, not Final 4. You got Sweet 16.
The Final 4 is Sweet 16.
I don't know what the 8 is called. Somebody help me out. But anyway, we're going to do this. So at the end of the show, don't do it now because I don't want to have to go through an entire show trying to find out people's votes. But towards the end of the show, I'm going to put up a little clock, and you can just throw your votes in there when we do this little block. Elite 8. Thank you.
Elite
Ryan.
8. There you go.
And you can do your voting whenever I put the timer up. That way, I don't have to go through the entire chat trying to figure out who's voting for who. So, and then if you're watching this, that's how you can vote if you're live chat now. If you're watching this on the rewind or the replay, you can put your vote down in the comments. And every week we're going to do this all the way up till March 1st. Will be our final one. But so this week is going to be NECA, N-E-C-A, which Dom talked about earlier, saying he wished would do Star Wars, I think you said, if memory serves, versus Sideshow. So cast your vote towards the end of the show. Don't do it now. And then we also have, for this week, we have Mattel versus Bandai. So vote. So you get to vote twice. Vote for either NECA, Sideshow, or Mattel, Bandai. We're going to tally the vote, and then they'll move forward. And then you can already see the others, so you can start planning ahead. Pete said, Pete, go ahead and run a poll. Just for the ones I have highlighted, though, if you would. It would have to be 2 separate polls, I guess. I don't know how you do your magic, Pete, but it has to be two separate polls, I guess. But anyway, Pete's going to throw that up for us. Go ahead and start voting. I'll need to be able to count the votes, Pete, as long as I can do that, because I do want the people who are watching the replay to be able to participate as well by throwing their votes into the chat or into the comments. So I was going to do this later, but man, Dom just kept talking about so-and-so's better, McFarlane's better, NECA's better, blah, blah, blah. You'll see I got Lego in there, and I got Funko in there. We'll see. We'll see who comes out on top. So we're going to run this through. This will take us through pretty close to the championship game. I think the final championship post will be probably a little bit after the NBA or the NCAA championship. So, Anyway, wanted to go ahead and throw that up there. So, Pete is doing his production magic, and we're going to move on with. Oh, I did have one other thing to show. We'll go ahead and show this. Because we do talk about this, because we have some viewers that like to. Oh, he can only do one at a time.
Okay.
I'll let us get the results. Pete's making me read. I'll get you the results, but be up in a few minutes. Okay, so you can do them one at a time. That'll work. So if you're watching now, go ahead and throw your votes up. Again, if you're watching this on the replay and you can't actually participate in the live polling, then throw your vote in the comments, and we will get them tallied in. All right. Hopefully that all works. If not, we gave it our best shot. It's all fun.
We try.
All right. So the next, because we talk about this from time to time. We do have some people that collect these. Some people are building this set, which is a never-ending set, but I think these are going until Tuesday, I think. I don't know. These are kind of boring to me, but if you're building the set, I can understand you wanting them. But you have Mandalorian Season 2 Luke, Deepfake Luke, and you have Lortha Peel. I know that face. What was he in?
He was in the Book of Boba Fett.
He was in the Book of Boba Fett. Okay.
He was
all
the
right.
one about the
That's
water.
right. He was the guy pissed off because they were stealing his water.
You see the water, and then Boba Fett
Yeah,
gave his jobs to the freaking speeder bike gang.
That's right. So he's also a pretty famous
Vesper gang
comedian
Yeah.
actor. Yeah. So.
Boba Fett should have shot him in his
Okay.
face.
So yeah, I think these are available for order through Tuesday, if memory serves. So there you go. I try to remember to throw those up whenever I see them because I know some folks.
That's the never-ending set. That set gonna keep growing. See what now? Mind
going.
you see all the characters they show. All right, you have a Luke in there, right? But you see all these characters. Back in the day, Hasbro would make the vintage figures of the background characters to fill in all these things. They're so stingy with making figures now. You know, so you're paying up to $20-something, almost $30. You know, Milton from the Office Space.
Yeah. All right, I got a couple other things to show, but we can do, well, yeah. Let me show this real quick. I'll try to do this without, because I also have some slides for this. I'll try and do it without going to my other camera because that'll take just not a whole lot of time, but I'd just rather not do it if I had to. But I told you I've been buying stuff. I collect Mike Mayhew stuff, and I bought some stuff from his website that I've gotten graded. I got a couple of them back. I have some more stuff that's coming. So here is, and we also talked about him having several different signature styles. So this one's called his Inferno Sig, the 9.8. This is the New York Comic Con, or what he just calls his convention edition.
That actually is really nice. I like the Mayhew underneath the wall. Underneath.
Yeah, he's got some cool signatures. He really does.
Yeah, they just had that. There was one that was online already, but not like that. That's actually really cool. When'd you get that?
I got this. I bought it on his Whatnot auction or sale, and then they have this thing where they'll send it in because they have a artist account with CGC. So if you buy it from them, they'll send it directly as long as it never leaves their custody until it gets to CGC.
Yeah.
And CGC will authenticate it. They can't send it to me and then have me send it to CGC, obviously, because then that chain of custody has been broken. But if they send it in, they can get the CGCSS.
I definitely have to go out and get all these covers. The Mandalorian cover. I still think, you know what? All kidding aside, I don't care what Marco says. I think that the first Mandalorian books are going to have value down the road.
So Dom, I already, I agree. I think, well, at least to the collector. So Dom, I already made you a little jealous once. I think these next two are like really gonna.
Let's see. Nice.
So this is the Mayhew War of the Bounty Hunters. This is War of the Bounty Hunters. Yeah, #1, but with the Boba Fett remark.
Ooh, I like that. You see, I've been trying to get all the autographs with the autograph issues, the Virgins. That's really nice.
And if you like this one, which I think you do, I know you do. This one is even more interesting. It's the same comic. People are like, damn, Jedi, stop spending all your money. This is the same comic, but the remark is Han and Carbonite.
Oh, that actually is really cool, man. I hope you got a good deal on those.
So yeah, the remarks normally run, depending on Star Wars is always hot. Star Wars, the bidders will bid you up on Star Wars.
So you got that on Whatnot, right?
This on Whatnot, yeah. I think for this one, for the raw comic with the remark, I probably paid, and I don't remember exactly, I probably paid in the neighborhood of $150, and then probably another $85 or $90 for the grading. So $300, but it's cool. And the #1, see, it has #1 by his signature.
Yeah, that actually is really cool.
That means it's the first time he has ever done Han and Carbonite remark. He keeps a log or a record of the first time he ever does different characters and different remarks. So this is the first time Mike Mayhew has ever done this remark.
Wow,
pretty cool.
That is really pretty damn cool. I'm really jealous. Damn you, Jedi.
I'm on it today, man. So I actually built a couple of slides for this, and I'll throw it up. So the Mandalorian I thought was pretty interesting. So this is, like I said, this is his New York Comic Con is what you'll see it's called, but he called it his Mayhew Convention edition. A lot of 9/8s. I mean, so there's 26 9/8s out there, 60 9/8s that have been signed or remarked I guess, by Mike Mayhew. Now, I would venture to say majority, if not all, of those 60 have probably come from his Whatnot show. That's what I would bet. Because he does a lot of them.
If you don't get a 9/8, there's nothing else better. 9/8s. You see, the newer stuff like that has to be 9/8s. 9/6s for older stuff that's hard to get. Like if you can get like foreign issues, 9/6, 9/4s, that's one thing. But anything brand new, it should be 9/8s all the way.
Thanks, guys. This is a special day. It's our 30th episode. I had to kind of I had to bring my A game. Today.
Oh yes, you did. No disintegrations. There you go.
Dom is gonna what they say, karma's a bitch. So Dom's
don't worry about it, man.
9/6 Mafia. Yeah, I don't mind a 9/6 either.
Listen, 9/6 are great, but I still believe that 9/6 is, if it's a brand new comic, it's 9/8 all the way.
Okay, so Pete has put up the Mattel versus Bandai. Okay. So cast your vote there. Is that the first one, Pete, or is that the second one? I missed that's
the second one. NECA and the and Sideshow that was the first one.
Okay. I can't see it. We can't see it in StreamYard, so we'll check those later. All right, and then the other comic is even. So we talked about when it comes to popularity. I mean, you can say Boba Fett is king, but man, Mandalorian is creeping up there. I talked about it a little bit last week when we talked about the number of Sideshow figures that are out there. It just seems like Mandalorian Sideshow figures are everywhere. We're seeing it with Funko Pops. I'm not saying Boba's a slouch because Boba's doing his thing, but man, Mandalorian is everywhere, and it's probably only going to rack it up now that season 3 is out. But Mandalorian's got more figures than 86 Mandalorian 9/8s for we're just talking about the two comics that I showed, obviously.
Yeah.
The Boba Fett 28 just regular graded, 36 signature series remarked. Again, I would venture to say majority, large percentage. Whatnot comes from this Whatnot show. I'd bet 64 total. So it is what it is. I know we talk a lot about you'll hear different opinions on exclusive comics versus the published comics that we see when it comes to value and things like that. Yeah, I think if you're looking to, and I'll use this term. I hope no one thinks I'm being derogatory when I use this term, flipping. I mean, to me, I don't think a flipper is a bad person. They're just doing their thing. So if you're looking to flip comics, maybe if you're looking to resell comics and make a gain on it, yeah, maybe exclusives aren't necessarily your deal, but exclusives are cool. Well, there's a lot of good exclusives out there.
There's a lot out there, and that's the whole thing. Listen, I don't mock any exclusives that come out. I understand the game. Everybody's trying to make a buck, making their own store exclusives. But you know what? Sometimes those store exclusives are really cool and really awesome.
Yeah, there's great art on there. If you appreciate art, or you just collect a character, or you collect an artist, there's nothing wrong with getting exclusives.
And if you're collecting the set like Mando, I would want all the Mando books graded. That's just me.
It's just different mentalities. And again, I think the people that beat up exclusives, they're what I call probably flippers for the most part. Again, not being mean when I say that. They're looking at it as an investment, I think, maybe, instead of actually a collection. So to each their own. I don't have a problem with either one. Maybe if you're going to try and sell, like I may actually try and sell some of these that I've gotten remarked because I think that adds a little uniqueness to them.
All right, so
and
you got the results. I don't know if you want to see the results. Shall we show
Well,
results?
it's not the final results because we
Oh,
have to keep
yeah.
in.
It's going,
We have to tally in the other results, but you can go ahead and say who's winning. I don't mind.
But right now we have NECA is 60%. Mattel. NECA is a 60%. Sideshow is 40% as of right now. And Bandai is 60%, and Mattel is 40% as of right now.
Okay, Pete. I hope as long as I can extrapolate, as long as I can extrapolate the actual number of votes, then this is going to work for us. And it's a fun mechanism. But I need to be able to extrapolate those number of votes so that I can combine them with the folks watching on the replay, because that's important to me. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. Pete will do his magic. All right, where are we at? So we are. I think we're still doing all right. Let's just catch up on the chat here a little bit. Double O is happy to sell his 9.8s at a premium to the snobs and keep the 9.6s for his PC. I am too. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's nothing like having there's nothing like a 9.8. You just feel. I think when you get a 9.8 out, there's a matter of pride to it. Hey, I knew that was a 9.8.
I like the 9.8s.
From the wild. It is. Let's see what else we got. I'm trying to avoid the chat about the polling. Okay, it is in the MCU chat, but you got to count the rest. Okay, all right. I don't know. Pete's gonna make me count. That's fine. He's good with 9.6s, 9.8s for the new stuff. Yeah, that tends to be the most common rationale when it comes to the modern stuff, I think.
I got a 9.6 issue 42 newsstand. Boba Fett, first Boba Fett. You know,
that's fine. Yeah,
it's not
9.6. Yeah, the older stuff. I have my original Star Wars, my 1 through 6 original Star Wars. I have a 9.6. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go out and spend thousands of dollars trying to get 9.8s and those things. Not going to do it.
I need to get the regular direct one and the Mark Jewelers. That's my my next big purchases.
Hell, I have an Afra. I have a hard to get Afra. I think it's the what's the one where she's like on the bike or what? It looks like she's on a bike. Is that the Martell?
I have that. Yeah. The Martell.
Yeah, I have that in an 8.5, and I'm okay, fine. I mean,
hey,
I didn't think I sent it in to get graded. I expected it to be more than an 8.5, but something was in there, and it came.
And the
back
same to a Pete. He got that loot crate, Dr. Afra with the little the blemish in the corner. He bought it for cheap, just having his PC.
I'm happy with it. I'm not gonna like.
Hey, listen, look,
the only place where I might get a little 9.8 fever would be with my C3PO stuff a little bit. Sometimes in C3PO, same with you, Boba Fett, right? With my C3PO stuff, I get a little 9.8 fever sometimes. But
look, I look at it this way: if you're a collector, just to have in your PCs, man, just collect for you. You're not looking to flip. You're not looking to do that. Just to have for yourself. Get the book. You have it, and boom, that's it. You know.
Don't feed him that.
Oh man, I'm waiting for that. I said that last year. I said that about Mando's in the book of Boba Fett. He's gonna hold the Darksaber. I've said that before.
We're not allowed to talk about episode 1 of Mando. Tune in Sunday, and I'll be there Sunday. We'll both be there Sunday. I think we may have the full cast in there Sunday, so we'll talk about it then.
Exactly.
So it's tempting. It is tempting. All right, but we are going to talk about. I think this is actually the last thing we have left to actually talk about. And Dom sent me this, and this should be an interesting conversation.
All right.
Over $30 million worth of Funkos are going to a landfill. What the hell?
Okay, so when the pandemic hit, they were backed up. All right, so first let's backtrack. When Mando first came out, they didn't make any of the Grogus. Grogu was a secret, so they had to keep it a secret. So every toy company couldn't make a toy of Grogu, so it had to be pushed back. So a year later, we got Grogus, but Grogu is still the highest selling Funko Pop in the history of the company. So they sold a lot of Grogus. Now, mind you, the pandemic hit, they made a lot of stuff. They didn't get a chance to sell a lot of stuff. They had a shit full of stuff in a warehouse. They had a warehouse sale up to 60 to 70, 80% off in Arizona just recently.
The way I read this was that during the pandemic, sales went up.
No, sales did go up. Wait.
And they didn't anticipate the drop after the pandemic. And that's why they have a surplus.
So people would say, you have kids out there that will love these toys. So the one reason why they don't just give the toys away is that because, now mind you, this is what they're left over with. If they give this away, nobody will want to buy the toys anymore because they know that they're giving them away. So they'll lose money. So they bring it to a landfill, destroy them, get the tax.
That's a good point, AOA. They couldn't recycle these things. They got to just dump them in the earth.
Well, you get the tax refund from $30 million worth of Funkos, and then make new stuff and call it a day. So if they gave this stuff out, mind you, they probably did. They probably gave some kids in need some of these things before they're destroying them. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, it's the end of Funko. No, they did this one time before. It's not the end of Funko. It's just that, if they gave this stuff away, then it would be the end of Funko.
So the bluff of it is, if what we used to say in the Navy, the bluff, bottom line up front, is it costs more to store. It costs more in storage fees to store all this surplus of Funkos than they would make selling them.
Exactly.
Or, you know what I mean? Or trying to get rid of them, putting them on discount, whatever. It's just cheaper just to dump them.
Exactly.
And not have to pay the storage fees, the warehouse fees anymore.
Come on, you go to Five Below, got them for $5. You go to Ollie's, $5. So there's a big discount on a lot of these pops, but the value will maintain its with hard times all the way. It will maintain the value to the pops if they get destroyed.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what sites are good and what sites are bad.
Well, I can tell you what. You could probably find these next to the old Atari cartridges back in the day when Atari did the same thing with the video game, the landfill of video games that they got rid of. Every company does this. Every company destroys a lot of their stuff.
I think I did actually do a Google search on this, pretty generic Google search. And there was I think there was more than one article on this, but this is the one that Dom sent me. So this is one.
Yeah, so basically, like I said, not to worry if you collect Funkos. I'm looking to get rid of my the Star Wars ones that I don't want. So if anybody's interested.
Well, I want to know what you think about this quote. I put it on here just to get a rise out of you. Over the long run, 99% of Funkos are worthless outside of whatever depraved joy fan gets from occasionally making eye contact.
That's why
one of them lining their shelves.
That's crazy. Now, this is the thing. Their fourth quarter earnings, they have a top 10 of their favorite pops that they make, that they sell. And that's why I was telling you.
If I had the bell, I would give that to you.
That's why I was telling you at the end, how come they didn't make any Star Wars for WinterCon? Emerald City Comic Con, no Star Wars. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Those are the popular ones. You can make money off those. But Funko is becoming a business, not the same company that it was 10 years ago. They're mass producing. They're friggin' they got stock. The stock tanked just recently yesterday. It went down yesterday, the other day, dropped again. So basically right now Funko is they have to destroy these to get some money back on taxes because they lost a lot of money. Now, if they do what they used to do, limit the quantity. Come out with the stuff that people like. Have restocks occasionally. Let the value of these pops go up. Let the value. Look, let me tell you something. Nothing is valuable. We make the stuff valuable.
Surprised. I mean, Funko is a big company. I would be mad at whoever projected their futures. Like who you're probably paying somebody an awful lot of money to give you projections on predictions on sales in the future. And they dropped the ball. Apparently, they didn't take into account, and maybe they're not the only ones. Maybe a lot of companies are going.
Let me tell you something. there are
You
more
had to kind of
companies.
know that when the government checks, the pandemic checks stopped coming, people were going to have to go back to paying bills and shit.
Exactly.
And money.
Hey, look, Double turned around and said if it was Hasbro, they'll just repaint them. Yeah, it's true. But even Hasbro stuff, if you notice, clearance, everything's on clearance, because there's a lot of stuff out there. Look, if you're looking to get rich off of toys now, you'll never get rich. It's the vintage stuff. If you have the vintage stuff, the original stuff, that's stuff to make money. This stuff, you make a quick buck. It's hot. You get it quick. You flip it, make a couple of bucks, and that's about it. It's not.
My local, one of the local LCSs, I'd say my main LCS that I go to, refuses to sell Funko Pops, and I'll go in there. And I've known him for a while, and I'll go in there and I'll just jab at him a couple of times. I was like, dude, how come you don't have any Funko Pops? He's like, Jedi, Randy. He goes, Randy, I don't have any Funko Pops. They're garbage. They're shit. They're never going to sell a Funko Pop in here. I was just like, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, he hates them. He's one of those people, he hates them. He goes, they're worthless. They're garbage. They're shit.
You know what? Look, everything, like I said, everything is worthless until someone's willing to pay a certain price for something. That's the value.
No, you say it's the stickers, man. It's the stickers.
Well, it is like the limited edition. Like,
well, I mean, you said it's the rarity. It all comes down to rarity.
Listen, if you have a piece like I have over here, 480 pieces, it's only 480 pieces well made. So look, they're going to destroy these. New stuff is going to come out. It's just what people want. Like if you're a company. I know you want to make everything under the sun. Funko wants to make Golden Girls figures. They want to make F-Troop figures. They want to make freaking goddamn Young Frankenstein figures. They want to make
Blazing Saddles. You can't recycle these things. And I think AOA or somebody brought it up earlier. How can you not recycle these things? I know you can I'm not talking about repaint them and sell them. I'm talking about melt the mothers down and just recycle them. Why not do that? It all comes down to money. It costs more to do that than just to eat the loss.
They drop them in the landfill. And the landfill is off.
It seems like that would be seems like just dropping them in a landfill like that would be a PR nightmare. It just seems like it would be. You're polluting the earth. We live in a time now where people have gotten canceled and in trouble for a hell of a lot worse than dumping tons of plastic into the earth.
Why don't you just take them in a spaceship and launch them into space? $30 million worth of Funkos in space. You'll have some aliens trading them. No, but
give the aliens our sickness. Yeah, just
Pete's right. Pete's right. They want to make money. They don't care about properties. But you see, let's put it this way. In the beginning, they did care about the properties. They cared about their customer. They cared about the quality. They're more about quantity now than quality, which is wrong. Look, I understand the money aspect. But what got the fans was the quality of the actual product. You had some really nice pieces that dropped, paint jobs that people put in their shelves. Look, let's put it this way. Nobody knew that the prices of a lot of these things were going to shoot up the way they are, the prices they are now. Nobody had any freaking idea that's going to happen. It just happened that way. And majority of people who collect Funkos collect them because of the value. Once the value drops, people are going to stop collecting this. They don't care about I have a freaking 2 of 2 Boba Fett. They care about the price, how much it's worth. That's the thing. Look, me personally, yes, I want to get rid of the ones I don't want anymore. I want to get the value for what they're worth. I'm not getting rid of my Boba Fetts. But I'm keeping Boba Fett because I want Boba Fett. That's mine. That's my it's what I like.
Let's see what Pete just wrote a novel. Let's see what it says here. Wrong for you, but getting on shelves of every major store was their goal. They don't care what they sell for in the aftermarket. Yeah.
Nah.
Funko's a business moving a product. Yeah.
No, not true. Not true.
Funko. Are you saying not true now or not true the way it used to be?
But not true now. Funko was like shit. Look at the prices of some of these things. They're paying this much money for these figures that are hard to get. Let's reproduce the figures that are hard to get so people can get them in their thing. Listen, if you don't think Funko's sitting down and going, oh my God, that sells for $5,000? What the hell? You don't think they want a piece of that money? That's why they're partners now with eBay. they're partners with eBay.
I mean, $30 million worth is a lot of freaking Funkos. But I mean, you've seen people get creative with Funkos. We even have some people that are members of Rennavision and viewers of Rennavision who are artistic and are looking at ways to customize Funkos. And we talked about Rob Liefeld earlier doing it. And you see more and more people doing it as a way to maybe move the Funkos they have, because they're just your regular old Funkos right off the Walmart shelf, and they're looking to make them more custom and one of a kind. 30 million is a lot.
Well, look, 30 million is a lot,
and they're not all Grogu either. I mean,
no, it's not. It's a mixture of a bunch of things. But I'm telling you, they made a lot of money off the original Grogu figure, the first one. It was the highest selling, the most selling Funko Pop ever. So,
fodder.
You know,
a huge toy store here in Pennsylvania this past weekend. Sellers had the what's he saying?
I don't know.
Full for maybe the Cubbies. Maybe that's why they're for $5 and no one was buying them.
Yeah. You know why? Because people have them. When you mass produce things, once people have something, why do you see peg warmers in the stores? Once people have the figures, they don't care about anything.
Future alien archives did these other. I think
alien gods.
We had $3 million. We had like alien gods everywhere. We were just a bunch of pagans just worshiping plastic all over the place. All right. How many Funkos is that? $3 million worth of Funkos.
Nah, $30 million worth of Funkos.
I'm sorry, $30 million worth of Funko. So you say your average Funko costs what, $12 maybe?
Yeah.
So do the math. Maybe
not $12.
Make $15 be easier math.
Maybe
try that.
They actually went up. So, but I don't know. But anyway, we can move on to the last segment really quick before the show ends.
The last segment. I thought that was.
No, well, remember I got the box.
You got something else too. Hang on, I gotta remember. There's so many freaking slide decks down there. I'm getting confused.
So I just want to show people the event of
last week. Yeah.
The one-legged.
Wait. Give them a recap.
So
we may have some people that don't know what we're talking about.
All right. So what happened was last week on our first live show, I opened up a figure that was a custom-made figure, and I opened it for the first time. And when I opened it up, the leg flopped down and fell off.
Not only the leg,
and then the arm came off.
The arm too, but you're able to fix the arm.
I put the arm, and the arm works now.
Yeah,
but
arm popped back on.
It's the leg. But now, mind you, the leg fell off. So I contacted the person I bought the custom from, and they sent me a new leg. No, listen. So now I have to do my own emergency procedures. So
now you got to do surgery on this thing.
I had the surgery. So the peg broke inside that hole. I have to find a way to get that
peg out. You have to get that peg out.
I might have to. I might have to.
Sorry.
I might have to heat up a something that's very sharp, and then melt it in there, and then pull the thing out. I have to try.
Well, I'm going to, and I don't know. You're gonna hear me badmouth this guy a little bit, and I'll try not to be too mean.
Well, listen,
that's bullshit. That is bullshit. He sent you the easiest thing, the most pragmatic thing would be, hey Dom, hey Mr. Domtober, send it back to me. I will fix it and send it back. I will eat all the shipping costs. I will do everything. Not to send you something and tell you to fix it. That's bullshit.
Exactly.
That's my opinion.
I know. And look, it was all packed in this thing. One leg was packed in this box. Look at this. So now I have to do surgery now.
Yeah. I think I would have probably you're probably I can't believe you're a nicer guy. I would have said no. I'm going to send this to you, and you're going to fix it and send it back because
Well, let's put it this way.
You should have said I am YouTube famous, and you don't know who you're dealing with. Fix this.
He knows me from Instagram, and he knows me.
Oh yeah, Dom's Instagram famous. Dom is like, oh my God, the Domtober army. I will unleash the Domtober army on you.
The only thing I lack to get more viewers and more followers It's a nice
Yeah,
wrap.
that's cosmic, dude. I agree. That's not the right way to handle this.
I know, and that kind of sucks. Cause now I gotta try to do this myself and see how I'm gonna do this. Hopefully, it works out. But it's pretty badass figure. 6-inch version of the original Kenner. So I'll figure it out.
Equals, I want my money back. Yeah, and this is a limited. I mean, I can understand maybe he can't send you another one because this was a limited.
He made 10, only 10.
Yeah, there's only 10, so he doesn't want to send you another one, and then there'll be an 11th one out there if you're ever to fix it.
Yeah,
but send it back to me. I will fix it, and I will get it back to you. This sending you appendages through the mail is bullshit.
Well, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually. I'll see what I can do, and I'll get back to you in the next live video, next live show.
All right. Well, speaking of the next live show, hopefully that's next week, and we look forward to it. Hopefully you do too. We're right at 2 hours. I told Dom I would be shocked if we finished this in under 2 hours, and technically we didn't. We're 20 seconds over. So
listen, we had such a great time last week, and hopefully that great time rolled over into this week, and hopefully everybody in the chat and people watching, they want us to do another live show next week, and keep this ball rolling.
So Hendrix, I don't know how long you've been watching the channel, but I can do miracles with duct tape. I've done it before. I don't know if anybody remembers my CGC duct tape job.
What are you, MacGyver?
About 2 years ago. Pete probably remembers. Yeah, you can do miracles with duct tape. A little duct tape fix it.
I can, like I said, I can heat up a something that's a very pointy, put it in the hole, melt the hole a little bit, put it in there, and they'll stick, and then pull it out.
Oh yeah, you could go out and buy a soldering iron and just really fix that mother up quick. But you shouldn't have to do it. You should.
I know. But you know what? We'll take it from there. We'll see what happens. But that's it.
I can't talk.
Hey, Pete goes, let's work for him when we're live.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to go and wrap this up. We're going to be back at this next week. We're going to do another live show. We are going to continue to look for ways to get Mrs. Old Man Fett. Man, that just doesn't roll off the tongue. We got to work on that. We're going to continue to look for ways to get Dom's wife involved because she's a hoot. She's fun. We are going to continue to try and find fun things to talk about and bring you this stuff. Dom and I look at ourselves as the average collector, just like everybody out there. If it's interesting to us, we think maybe it's interesting to you guys too. So we're going to continue to do it, but give us feedback, give us ideas. Exactly. This show's for you guys. So if there's something you want to talk about or you want us to talk about with you, let us know what it is. Toys, comic books, collectibles, cards, whatever you want to talk about. We could do. If you want us to do a sports show like we did the last time, we could do a sports show live. You tune in and see me turn red every time Dom says something. That's fine too. All right. I am Jedi Johnson 22. As always, take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. I got to get to the right part where I can end this broadcast correctly. Pete trained me. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. But anyway, take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. I will see you down the road. I will see you on Sunday unless something happens. Dom, last words, and then my wife is now known as Giggle Fett. Giggle Fett? Can we make that Giggle stick? Fett. Hey, she's Giggle Fett. There you go. That's gonna be her new nickname. I'm not. They're gonna call her that unless she says it's okay. No. But I am Domtober. Fett time, as people know me, Old Man Fett on the Instagrams. But no disintegrations. May the force be with you. And I and Jedi will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Peace out. Have a good night.